Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dapper Diary, where we help you discover timeless threads, quality you deserve, and of course, ways to stay dapper. Fall is officially here, but before you go out and wear your favorite fall footwear, you might want to make sure that they are in working order. What I mean by that is, make sure that they are properly conditioned. Today I will show you a very simple way to make your boots look shiny and looking good for everyone to see, even though no one's looking at it. Stay tuned. Okay, for today's demonstration, I will be using these nice dress boots from Thursday Boots. But I would say this procedure is mostly for dress boots rather than work boots. It's for boots that you want to look shiny, elegant, instead of rugged. So a nice dress boot like this is what I'm going to be using. First step is to clean the boots. I have two brushes here. One is for cleaning, one is for polishing. For cleaning, these are not very dirty, so I'll just give it a quick brush down just to get any dirt and dust off the leather before we actually start to polish them. Now, if your boots are dirtier than these, just take a moist or damp cloth and just give your boots a quick wipe. And if they are severely dirty, then you can use saddle soap. But I would say only use saddle soap if your boots are extremely dirty. Otherwise, a damp cloth and a nice horsehair brush like this is perfectly fine. Now, before we actually condition these, you should probably put a nice high-quality cedar shoe tree into the boots just so that it can give it a more sturdy shape while you polish them. There you go. Perfect. Now on to conditioning. My favorite conditioner is going to be the Saphir Renovator, or Renovateur, whatever. I'm not freaking French, so Renovator, Renovateur, doesn't freaking matter. This is my favorite. They call this liquid gold. They call this that because it's stupid freaking expensive. So if you want something more budget friendly, Bickmore's Bic 4 is what I would recommend because it's dirt cheap and it also doesn't change the color of the leather, or at least it does so minimally, right? Today I'm gonna go with Renovator. Okay, so basically you just want to take your finger or maybe a piece of a clean rag or something and just dab it onto the leather. If you have brogued boots like this, the conditioner will get stuck into the broguing, but it should be fine. Just brush it out. It'll come out when you brush it later. So when you're on the internet, people will say that you're using too much conditioner, too little conditioner. They can all piss off. Just go with your instinct. Don't put too much because you don't want like a thick film of this. But just put just enough so that you are properly conditioning the leather. And you want to get a nice, even coat. Ideally, you would take out the laces, but I'm too lazy to do that. But I'm sure you guys are smart enough to figure out how that works. Okay, now that this is all nicely conditioned, we want to give it a quick brush with the other brush. Remember, two brush, one for cleaning, one for polishing. You take the polishing brush, and likewise, just give it a good old brush all around the boots. And already, you'll be able to tell that brushing it does give it somewhat of a shine. Not much, more of a sheen. And it also just gets the conditioner out of the broguing, if you are polishing brogue boots. There. Okay. Now, now that you've conditioned it, is now onto polishing and shining. use a hard shoe wax polish. This is a cheapo one. Ideally, I would go with Saphir's polishing wax, maybe their Mirror Shine one, but that's also stupid expensive. So today, we're gonna use this cheapo one. It looks grimy as all hell, but they always do. Just take your fingers and give it a good old rub. And then just give it a nice, start with the toe and give it one thin, even layer. Now with your polishing brush, give the toe a good old brush. Okay, it's starting to develop. Now, just add another layer. For the toe and the heel counter, it's okay to add a few more layers than you normally would, because not only does the layers of wax protect the toe, say if you bump into a door or something, if your toe bumps into a door, the wax will slightly protect the leather, but also the toe and the counter doesn't flex, which means a thicker coat of wax is less likely to crack. So you can put, I would say, 3-4 layers of wax onto the toe. Now if you don't have a horsehair brush, you can also use like a nice clean cotton rag or a cotton t-shirt, and just go back and forth, back and forth. Oh my gosh. Just the friction of rubbing the cloth around the toe of the shoe with the wax is going to heat up the wax and give it that nice shine. It's not a good motion to do without context. Ah, there we go. It's starting to look a bit more shiny. Now what I like to do is to put one thin coat of wax just all around like the vamp and the, whatever this is called, the quarter, I think, of the boot. A thin layer, because too thick of a layer around these areas will crack, but a nice thin layer won't crack and it will leave a nice shine as well. Now, look at that. All shiny, all clean and shiny. Look at this beauty right here. And this is how you properly condition a nice pair of boots. This will make sure that your boots are ready to go, ready to be worn this fall and winter season. Perfect. And you can apply the wax whenever you need to make sure it's shiny. Conditioning wise, I would say every 1 to 3 months, 6 months maybe, depending on how often you wear it. If you wear the same shoes every single day, maybe once a month. If you rotate around, then once every 3 to 6 months is perfectly fine. And that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It'll really help my small channel. That's gonna be it. I'll see you guys next time. Stay dapper.